Today on Dylan Talks Tone, we're going to talk about phasing. Hey, this is Dylan with Dylan Talks Tone, and we do all kinds of stuff about guitar tech here. So how wiring works, pickups, guitars, setup, all that sort of stuff. So today we're going to talk about pickup phasing. What brought this issue up is sometimes when you are mixing brands of pickups, okay? So we just built this Dylan custom guitar, and so we actually used this gold foil by Tim McNally in the neck, and it sounds amazing. And in the bridge, we've got a flat 6 Tele pickup by Dylan Pickups. It sounds like this. It's great. Here's the problem. Because Tim and I have different winding directions and polarities, the middle position is out of phase. So you get this kind of, it sounds cool, but we got to do something about it.
It sounds like it has its nose plugged.
So we got to do something about that. Here's the trick. On a Telecaster, that can be a bit of a trick because the metal plate that is underneath the bridge pickup is grounded to the strings. The cover and the chassis of Tim McNally's gold foil is also grounded. So in order for us to just switch wires, we can't just switch wires. We got to do a little bit more work. So let's go ahead and pull the strings off of this thing. And we're going to modify, I'm not going to modify Tim's pickup. We're going to go ahead and modify my pickup. And I'm going to show you what you can do to a bridge Telecaster pickup and how to make it work if you need to either change phase or use it in a situation where you want to do some sort of series or other weird wiring combination. And we're going to do that. So let's go out to the shop and let's get going. All right, so before we take this thing apart, I went ahead and took the strings off of it. Before we take this thing apart, let's talk about what phasing does, okay? So for two pickups to be in phase with each other, that means that the magnetic polarity and the mechanical polarity, north up, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, or vice versa, needs to be either 100% opposite or exactly the same. You can't have one counterclockwise, but then this one is north up and this one is south up. That would be out of phase. They either have to be both, all one or all the other, okay? And in our case, Tim McNally and I, we have opposite polarities on our single coil pickups. Just the way we wind them, it's just how we do it. There is no real standard for this. So in order for me to fix it, what I have to do is switch the mechanical polarity. I could probably just switch the wires around and that would fix it. That would make the pickups in phase. The problem is, and it wouldn't give you that honky, quacky, nasally sound. But the problem is because this is a Telecaster pickup, base plate is grounded to the strings. And so if we were to make the ground hot and the hot ground, which is what we would do if we were to switch it, then every time you touched this, anything that was grounded on the guitar would be all sorts of weird, and it's a possibility that depending on what you touched, you would actually kill the sound altogether. So we don't want that to happen. So what we have to do is take this pickup out and do some modifications to it. And this is something that anybody can do, and I'll show you how. All right, so if we take this Tele pickup and we flip it over, we notice that the ground wire actually goes to the base plate. If we were to just switch the wires, then the ground would be hot, and every time you touch this, it would make funny noise. So let's go ahead and unsolder this from the base plate, and then we're going to actually add a ground wire that goes from the base plate to the guitar separately, and then we're going to have basically like a 3-wire Telecaster pickup. All right. Pickup is back in the guitar, and now what we'll do is we'll wire this to ground, we'll wire this to the switch, but now we'll be able to switch them to where this is ground and this is hot, and our pickup will not have any weird noises, and we will be in phase. Middle position works. Phasing is perfect. But we had to add that extra wire. So if you ever have that problem, you can do that. Now, on a regular Telecaster neck pickup, you can do the same thing. It's actually easier because you don't have to pull all this apart. You just have to, same thing, clip that ground that where it touches the cover, unhook it, solder a third wire to it, and then you can flip phase around, you can play with series, you can do all sorts of other things. My name is Dylan. This has been Dylan Talks Tone. If you have questions about this kind of stuff, or amps, or pedals, or guitars, or whatever, anything to do with music and tone, leave the question in the comments, and we will make a video just for you.